And we are with you at the Pitt Center. First year on the MAC for Sacred Heart. First year for this reconfigured, gorgeous facility. Sacred Heart in white. Marist in the road reds. And we are underway with the aforementioned Jaden Collins-Roberts, the sophomore guard, running the point for the Red Foxes. That's Jaden Daughtry. Back to Collins-Roberts. Marist will run a lot of clock.
Yeah, they're trying to get the whole 30 seconds every single time down. As Lee talked about with before the game, that they're top 50 slowest in the country, while Sacred Heart is top 50 fastest in tempo. So something's got to give.
Pioneers grab the first defensive rebound, important for them. Good pass inside to Tanner Thomas.
Yeah, you see that back screen right there. That's important for Marist to make sure that they have their arm in the passing lane while they're still attached to their man. That's how Sacred Heart got an easy one.
Watch out for Josh Pasquarelli, number 5 in red, one of the leading scorers in the MAC.
It's always so interesting to see how each team is going to guard the first couple of possessions. You just saw right there, they try to go Tariq Watson. No double came when they threw the ball inside. That's going to be an interesting one in the block.
Lewis, good look inside to Collins-Roberts.
Nice little cut. When a play breaks down, someone's always open. Just got to see the cutter.
Sacred Heart 12 wins overall, 8 in the league. They lost their last one at St. Peter's by 6 after winning a big game against Merrimack.
Yeah.
Bryce Johnson misses.
It's going to be interesting to see what Sacred Heart team comes out today.
Collins-Roberts, nice dish. Jaden Daughtry will be going to the line for 2.
Good little dish there by Collins-Roberts.
Well, the keys for Marist, pace.
Pace, got to play at their own pace. Sacred Heart likes to play really fast, and once they start getting sped up and start playing at Sacred Heart's pace, things could be trouble for Marist.
Daughtry struggles at the line, just 52% this year. He's been playing well in general lately, averaging almost 8 rebounds over his last 7.
That's what he's known for. He's known for crashing. You got to put a body on him. Make sure every time he goes, you put a body on him.
Missed them both. The putback goes, and that is Tariq Watson, the freshman who's been starting lately for the injured Jackson Price.
This is going to be an interesting matchup. Anquan Hill, Sacred Heart starting center, out for the game, so Sacred Heart's going to have to play really big, start putting bodies on guys.
Big loss for the Pioneers. They do bring the veteran Bryce Johnson back into the lineup. He played here 3 years, went to Northeastern, and then transferred back to Sacred Heart.
Interesting way Sacred Heart's looking to play Collins-Roberts to start. They played off him right there. He has been struggling to shoot the ball from 3. It's going to be interesting.
Thomas stripped. Daughtry got a hand on it. Pasquarelli finds a man. Lewis 3. And it goes off of Sacred Heart.
It's going to be huge for Sacred Heart to start putting bodies on guys. If Marist keeps crashing the glass and they keep getting offensive rebounds, it's going to be a long day. We saw that with Sacred Heart against St. Peter's. They let a lot of offensive rebounds up. A couple of keys to the game for Sacred Heart is taking care of the ball. Marist is going to really guard their guy, try to keep the ball out of the paint. If they don't take care of the ball, if they give Marist easy ones, Marist is going to be able to score, and they're going to be able to walk away as a victory.
Pasquarelli misses from deep. Tied up on the rebound. That's a held ball as Jason Schofield, who quickly was subbed in there, got tied up.
Marist is high on Schofield. Redshirted as a freshman, talking with one of their assistants, Delete, before the game. He said he worked out with them every single day in the morning and just got better and better as the year went on.
Marist comes off a win against Niagara their last time out by 3. Most of their games are close. Red Foxes 8-1 in one-possession games. 3 on the way. Somebody got a piece of Watson's shot, of Thomas's shot. Collins-Roberts hits.
If he starts hitting that, it could be a long day for Sacred Heart. He can guard. If he starts scoring, he's going to be a dynamic player for them.
Couple surprising quick shots for Marist the last couple possessions. Stewart off the mark. Sacred Heart, a good three-point shooting team, second in the league at 36% and first in makes. They fire another one up and deep. That goes for Niall Ralph Byron.
And they're going to get him up, especially Niall. He can really shoot the ball, and he's shooting at a really, really high clip right now.
I had a MAC observer tell me today that Ralph Byer may be not only the best shooter on this team, but he might be the best shooter in the league.
Oh, I wouldn't put it past it. He's a 6'4" freshman with a super high release. Once if he can't get it off, they're playing good defense. But that was a big shot right there by Collins Roberts. If he starts hitting that, Marist is going to start scoring.
A good answer for Collins Roberts with 7 early points. And Marist leading it by 4. Tanner Thomas, leading scorer for Sacred Heart, has it stripped. Daughtry again.
Marist is looking to run.
And firing quick threes, Elijah Lewis misses. He's just a 26% three-point shooter. Stewart gunning from 3.
A lot of back-to-back threes right now.
It's like the Golden State Warriors right now.
I know. Sacred Heart needs to start getting into the paint, start trying to find easier ones.
Pasquarelli, good mid-range game. Rebounded by Connor.
Love watching Makai play. He's always looking for his teammates.
Ralph Byer is off the mark. Sacred Heart is 1 for 4 from deep. .18 left in the first half. We're underway here at the pit. Marist with a 9-5 lead on Sacred Heart. We're back with more after this.
Good that these last games are so important, and they're going to have to fight for every win. Guys?
Okay, Morgan, a lot of parity in the MAC this year. Along with Sean Hohen, Dave Popkin with you. Sacred Heart has the basketball down by 4.
Sacred Heart's going to look to keep the paint open all game. They're going to try to play a 5-out, maybe 4 around 1 at most. Try to keep driving lanes open. Try to collapse the defense and try to find easy shots.
Falou Gay is in for the first time, and he got fouled on that drive.
Falou Gay, typically known to be the backup point guard for Makai Connor. It's going to be interesting to see how they play together. 2 guards at the same time could cause a problem for Marist. If they can mesh well together, we can get a lot of open shots.
Collins Roberts sits. Matt McCool is in. Doesn't play a lot for the Red Foxes. Block shot. Pasquarelli. Lewis has been looking to score. Long rebound. That 3 is good. Pasquarelli.
Marist got a good game plan. They're just crashing the glass, putting the pressure on Sacred Heart.
Early 7-point lead here on the road for the Red Foxes.
A lot of standing around right now by Sacred Heart. Going to need some off-ball movement. They're going to need some screening, cutting.
Gay finds a shooter. Connor's 3 is good.
That's a big shot right there for Connor. He's going to need that to start getting into the paint a little bit, start getting his mojo going.
Second 3-point make for the Pioneers. Sacred Heart was picked last in the MAC this year, but they are right in the mix and can finish in the top 6.
Yeah, Coach Latina's done a great job. Coach Donnelly's done a terrific job with this group. Tom Barrett, Dante Gittins, everybody's doing such a good job. I'd like to see them finish the season strong.
Lewis dragged his pivot foot. That's a travel.
Every coach teaches you to play off 2 feet, just not to drag the other one.
Griffin Baruch is in for Sacred Heart. Pretty good shooter. Had 19, tying his career high last time out against St. Peter's.
Yeah, if he gets hot, he can really get hot. They're going to look for her to use him in some ghost actions, possibly set some screens, maybe cause some dysfunction. Good pass.
Johnson for the lay-in.
Good shot, use of the shot fake. 1 dribble, get the defender up in the air. Easy one.
7-point lead is down to 2. Travis Roberts is in for Marist as well. Watson returns. That's Roberts, the junior from Waldorf, Maryland. Along with Harvey Kabamba, a freshman big guy. Knocked away by Johnson. Stolen. Connor, 3-ball. That was a deep one.
Deep one.
Baruch even deeper from the parking lot.
They're going to get him up. Promise you that.
Marist is not.
When I was a coach here, I coached here back at Sacred Heart a couple years ago, and Anquan Hill was a freshman at FDU, and it was my scout, and I had no idea how to guard him.
He was a handful. He won NEC Rookie of the Year that year. Trey Salton lost it. Johnson gets the friendly roll.
Good finish there by Bryce. Read the passing lane, jumped it. It's going to be big for Tariq Watson to start using his body, carving out through space, making that pass to the top a little bit easier if they're going to use him at the top of the key.
A couple of years ago, Johnson was a star for this program, now more of a role player into the starting lineup, and he's responded with 4 early points.
I was fortunate enough to coach Bryce when he was here. I've never seen someone in the gym more than Bryce. He is always working at his game, always looking to get better.
Baruch. And he's fouled shooting 3. Tariq Watson got him.
Good dish by Mackay. You always love a guard that can get it past the half-court line without a dribble. Good pass. Way to find a shooter.
11:59 left in the first half. That's great. Sacred Heart has had the better of it the last 2.5 minutes. Griffin Baruch, the junior guard, to the line where he'll be shooting 3 free throws.
I tried my best, as best I could, to just live at the line. Try to learn the game a little bit. People are hard hedging. You attack their hips, jump into bodies of finishing at the lane, shooting, try to jump forward a little bit, all these little tips and tricks so you can just try to get to the line, get free ones.
Baruch makes all 3, 13-0 run since the 14:41 mark.
This is a big possession here for Marist. They might try to look to get something inside. Maybe try to get Josh Pasquarelli the ball. Excuse me, he's not in the game.
Lewis drives and does not hit. Makeable shot. Taj Bryant is in for Sacred Heart. He hasn't been playing a lot.
Coaching staff loves him. They talk very highly of him. I'm excited for him to get his chance.
A freshman from Queens and from the Patrick School in New Jersey. And a foul underneath on Schofield, trying to guard Tanner Thomas, and that's no easy feat.
No easy feat. He's playing terrific this year. Another guy I was fortunate enough to coach, he's averaging about 15 points a game right now at shooting every single shot at a high clip. He works his tail off, and I'm happy to see it's paying off in dividends.
Played here a year with his brother Tyler, who went on to star for Hofstra, but now Tanner is the guy in his redshirt junior year, averaging 15 points at 7th in the MAC. And he knocks down the free throws, and Sacred Heart is rolling right now. It is 20-12. They've scored 15 straight.
Looking to get the ball inside right here. Schofield. Good D by Tanner. Good activity.
Schofield lost it.
That's important. It's who's going to bring the energy, who's going to bring the fight, who's going to attack.
Marist has been in just about every game. Obviously, they're 20-5. They generally win close games, and they're generally not on the losing end of like a double-figure game.
John Dunn is coaching his tail off this year. 20 wins, unbelievable feat. Makes perfect sense why they're top of the MAC.
What a move by Amiri Stewart.
I just wish once in my career I could have done something that cool.
Stewart with a bold move, 17-0 run. Yeah, John Dunn's one of the best X's and O's coaches in the country. Schofield, nope. They're missing layups now. That was a contested shot, but still in close. Thomas. Oh, the Pioneers are absolutely on fire. 20 straight points.
The rim's getting tremendous. I mentioned one of the keys of the game for Sacred Heart is taking care of the ball. Taking care of the ball, they take care of the ball with no turnovers, taking good shots. Everyone's going to get their share.
Marist in red if you're just joining us, and they're down by 13, nearing the midway point of the first half. Poked away from Schofield. Good play by Tanner Thomas.
We saw right there, Marist trying to get the ball inside. They're trying to pick on the fact that Sacred Heart is just not very big right now.
Thomas over the head of Bryant, who reels it in. Taj Bryant, good ball movement. Gay's three.
I like that, though. That was a good drive pass. One more. Coach's dream.
Lewis thought about it. Missed his first couple from out there. And a whistle away from the ball. A call by Adam Flore. He's reffing with Brent Hampton and Mike Nardone, a couple of veteran officials. Foul on Gay.
That was a big screen by Watson right there. He got to start using his size.
The reverse doesn't fall for Collins Roberts.
A lid is on the rim right now for him.
Marist 5 for 14 from the field, 6 turnovers. Gay feeding Thomas. Stewart. Rebounded by Collins Roberts. He's trapped in the backcourt.
Marist is going to need to play in transition like they're doing here. They started the game that way, and they're scoring that way.
Wow, what a shot by Pasquarelli, snapping the long run.
He is talented.
Snapped a 20-0 run as that ball goes out of bounds off of Sacred Heart.
This is a big time for both teams. If Sacred Heart can keep extending their lead, they're really going to start putting themselves in the driver's seat, getting real comfortable, running more offense, gaining more confidence. This is important right now for Marist to make sure they weather the storm, run a good set right here, get an easy shot. Great move right here with Pasquarelli. The way he can hang in the air, again, one of those things I just wish I could do.
He is amazing. The MAC Player of the Week. He averaged 26.5 points last week. Is 5th in the league in scoring overall. Preseason first-team All-League, and another turnover as the Sacred Heart hands have been active.
Marist is just being a little bit careless right now with the ball.
Connor going to slow things down for a moment.
He plays with such a pace. Usually freshmen are just so sped up. He plays with such a good pace. He dictates how he wants to play.
Thomas pushed off. Offensive foul. That's his first, just a third on the team.
That's where acting comes into play. I don't think that one was an act, but if you're trying to get an offensive foul, you throw your arms up as a defender. More times than not, you'll probably get that call.
Well, it is time for the Oscars this weekend, right?
Yeah, perfect timing.
Lewis.
Sacred Heart's talking. They're fighting.
Caleb Macri is in there. That's him with the basketball for Marist. They're going deeper, trying to find an answer. 3-ball is good. Elijah Lewis.
Big shot right there. They needed that one. Not usually his game, more of a downhill driver, but good to see that one go in.
He's from your part of the world, Watchung, New Jersey. Cooper poked away by Watson. Macri turned it over. 8 Marist turnovers. Very uncharacteristic. Whoa, what a touch pass. Johnson lays it in.
I'm telling you, you got a 6th sense for the game. That man is special.
Connor with the touch assist. 6.5 per game. Is first in the league, 10th in the country.
Do you know how hard it is to lead a conference in assists and doing it as a freshman?
I'm thinking very.
Very hard.
Watson fouled by Baruch.
Saw Bryce right there trying to get in front of Watson, try not to let it in. That was a good little entry pass.
But Sacred Heart won't be letting can go so easy with this 27-17 lead. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Morgan. Now, when I heard this matchup, Marist, Sacred Heart, sounded strange because it is.
It is, it's unique. I never played in my 4 years. I can't tell you that the first time they did match up together until Morgan just gave us right there. So this is, it's unique.
And it's strange because the schools are only 62 miles apart, but here we are.
It's important right now for Marist to get to the line.
Tariq Watson is able to knock that one down. Sacred Heart had been on a 22-5 run. And Watson will take a break. Marist is going to go with Macri, Pasquarelli, Schofield, Lewis, and Daughtry. And Salton. Connor. Stewart. Tough leaner.
Muscles his way in. That's good defense. That's just better offense.
Myri Stewart has made a couple of difficult shots here. Lewis is always probing, looking to score. Schofield puts it back.
Hey, he earned that. That's a built freshman right there, but that was not the type of offense that Marist usually wants to run.
He was a local get for Marist out of Poughkeepsie, and then he went to South Kent. Redshirted last year. .13 lead down to 9. Connor misses.
Tough shot. Good D.
Connor forcing Salton out near midcourt.
One of the hardest things to do as a coach is getting your transition defense to where it's supposed to be. Teams like to play fast. And if they can match up, if each team can match up while they're running in transition, that means you got a team that's in sync.
Traveling violation, the 9th turnover for Marist.
Sacred Heart got away with one right there. Bryce had a silly, we call that false hustle. Don't get it. If you don't get it, you act like if you got it, it's great. If you don't get it, you're out of the play and you kind of hurt your team. Got away with one right there.
In that he was heading up court. He was cheating up.
Cheating up, exactly. He tried to go for the steal. If he doesn't get it, well, now you're playing 5-on-4 for the and you're hurting your team.
Right. Connor. Good find. Stewart off the mark. Schofield grabs the rebound.
Just a miss, but that's the kind of play you want. Mackay driving, good shooters being open.
Sacred Heart +5 in the turnover column. They're +4 in the paint.
Good close.
Collins Roberts misses the 3. Ralph Byer. Marist ball.
Typically, we would not love that shot if we were coaches. But because you're just a gifted scorer, you kind of give good scorers long leashes, and you give them the ability to make plays.
Give them the green light.
Exactly.
Jumper won't go for Martin Kawa, who's in for the first time, a 6'4 junior. John Dunn trying everything right now, going very deep into his bench.
Good hands.
Oh, tied up.
Typical Marist basketball right there, just kind of nitty-gritty.
I thought that was a good call by Brent Hampton as he leaned in. The Marist player got both hands on the basketball. Possession arrow favors the Red Foxes.
Tanner comes up with the ball, but you can see 3 Marist players just surrounding him. They swarm to the ball. They know it's the most important thing, so they're going to go after it. This would be an important play right here, right now for Jaden Collins Roberts. If they can look to him, possibly make a play, Marist could be in a good spot leading into half. Good dish.
Watson off the mark. Contested 3. Not a great shot from Ralph Byer. And it goes out of bounds to Marist.
Yes, Sacred Heart can play fast, but sometimes they take some questionable ones at the same time.
Pioneers 4 for 13 from downtown. That's 31%, but they continue to lead it here 29 to 20.
Exactly speaking, Sacred Heart goes on a 7-0 run right here, 36-20. Opposite, now we got a ball game. So it's going to be important. I would love to see who comes out.
Sacred Heart comes out of their huddle with Gay, Connor, Johnson, Thomas, and Ralph Byer. Some of their best scorers. Daughtry nearly turned it over.
Marist runs such good offense. They run so many screens, so always moving. It is so big for Sacred Heart to be talking. At the same time, Marist has to be who they are.
Nearly a shot clock violation. Good D by the Pioneers. Johnson, offensive foul.
Little unfortunate. Basketball play, good acting. Oh, he got him. Not good acting. That is a clear shot.
Little hook with the elbow as he went by.
Yeah. Your momentum's always going. You're always trying to see if you can get a little bit extra push toward the basket. It gets unfortunate, but that is the right call.
Anthony Latina, 12th year as a head coach, 20th with the program. Former assistant for Dave Bike here, the legend. 10 new players this year. Nobody knew what they would be. They were picked last, but right now they lead the first place team by 9 in the waning moments of the first half.
I think that's a shout out to the MAC, how deep the conference goes.
Totally. Lewis. Couldn't get it. Collins Roberts lays it back in.
It's going to be important for him to get going. Marist crashing the glass again. Try to take apart Sacred Heart tight right now.
Collins Roberts has 9. He added the Roberts in the offseason to honor his stepfather, Keith, who's been in his life since he was 6 years old. Previously went by just Jaden Collins.
I remember that. I remember reading that story. Awesome story. I remember when I was recruiting, he was at Rutgers Prep. Great basketball school. He was a monster in high school.
Connor beat the shot clock. Johnson with the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. Getting gritty in there.
Yeah, that's MAC basketball. Bryce will fight. Bryce will fight. He'll put his body on the line. He'll dive for loose balls, take charge when he needs to. And you see him crashing, trying to just carve out space, do anything just to get the extra possession.
Got fouled 2 or 3 times on that possession. .71% foul shooter, off the mark. Kind of an undersized big grinder for this team.
And he'll work. He's got a great body to him. Always in the gym lifting, always shooting. He'll do whatever the team needs.
Makes 1 out of 2. It had been a bit of a drought for Sacred Heart. They had been scoreless for their last 4:31. Rejected by the whole team. Johnson, Thomas, layup good.
Good dish. That's the cool thing about Sacred Heart. They can have all 5 guys push the break.
They've had great balance with their scoring, with their defense. Collins Roberts has 9 to lead Marist. He feeds the post. Schofield, nope.
I know he missed that one, but it's impressive. It's saying a lot how much Marist is looking to Schofield in the post. He's all of 6'9", great size to him. It's impressive. He's going to be a good player for years to come.
Connor taking a breather. Gonna run a little clock. Farouk to Johnson. Whoop. Closing out on Connor with the shot clock running down, and that's a violation.
Let's see how Marist is going to use this possession right here. Maybe they might try to go 2 for 1. Usually a little bit slower. With a player like Jaden Collins Roberts, I'm sure he will see it. Coach like John Dunn, they will see it. Let's see what they look to get up.
Collins Roberts hits again. He has 11. The first player on either side into double figures.
I know a lot of people work on that shot. I don't think anyone knows how hard that shot is. And he just made it look effortless.
Yeah, those in-between shots are difficult. 13-point lead is down to 8 with 25 seconds left in the half.
A little gamesmanship right there by Sacred Heart, rolling the ball, not giving Marist the opportunity to get the ball back.
Anthony has been to the dance with St. Peter's. He's won a CIT with St. Peter's as well. Went to the NCAA tournament a couple years as an assistant for Lewis Orr back in the day at Seton Hall.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, getting 20 wins is no easy feat, and being 25 is impressive. Yeah.
1 second differential on the shot and game clock. Connor launches a deep one. They did not get a good look, and Thomas cannot hit at the buzzer, but Sacred Heart has to be happy with the first half here with a win tonight, and it would be a marquee win against a 20-win Marist team that is in first with a 13-3 record. Marist had an early 7-point lead. Sacred Heart went on a 20-0 run, but now the lead is down to 8 as we begin the second half. Pioneers wearing white and Marist red.
These 4 minutes are going to be huge. The first 4 minutes of the second half, see how teams come out of the break, see what they run, see the energy that they bring.
Johnson. Connor launches. He's been off the last couple games. Connor was 0 for 9 from the field in his last game against St. Peter's.
I think as you start getting adjusted to college play, teams start scouting a little bit more. They start realizing how you get your easy shots. So the shots that were easy to start at the beginning of the season, teams are starting to key on a little bit. So things are just getting a little bit tougher.
He's 1 for 6 tonight. Pasquarelli feeds inside. Daughtry off the mark. Marist has missed a handful of those.
Got to go through his chest. Through his chest, finish like a beast.
Johnson taking it strong.
Just like that. Draw a foul, go through his chest. Nothing. The ref is caught in a bind. Are you going to call a foul? You're going to finish at the rim. Put the onus on the ref to make the call. And if he doesn't, do it again the next possession. See right there, playing off 2 feet. See his shoulders drive right into Tariq Watson's chest. Tariq Watson is now caught up. Hey, am I going to foul him? Am I going to let him make a layup? Don't be afraid of contact. Now just got to make some free throws.
And that is a grad student against a freshman, as Johnson will have one more at the line. From Stockton, California. Missed them both.
See what Marist is going to draw up right here. Who they're going to try to get involved early. See they try to go inside before.
Collins Roberts. They just can't get one to fall. Now shooting about 33% from the field as it goes out of bounds.
I don't hate that pass. That's a point guard that's looking for his teammates. That's a big that's running the floor. Every coach teaches it. Reward your bigs. They're going to fight on the glass. They're going to be physical. They're going to bruise their bodies. Reward them running the floor.
Sacred Heart has made just one of the last 11 from the field, as the lead has shrunk. Poked away. Pasquarelli has been quiet until that.
Big swing right there. That could have been an easy 2 for Sacred Heart. Turns into a 3-pointer for Marist.
Pasquarelli has 8, and the lead is down to 5.
Be big for Marist for him to get going.
Connor feeds Stewart. Not to be.
Downhill driver.
Stripped from Lewis by Connor. Johnson. Big to big. Thomas.
Woo!
What a look. But Johnson couldn't drop it. Collins Roberts.
This game's speeding up a bit. Both teams taking quick shots.
Ralph Byer. No. Rebounded by Daughtry. Daughtry, a New York City kid from Queens, St. Francis Prep. Learned on the playgrounds, played for the New York Jayhawks for current Marist assistant Drew Metz.
They always produce players.
Schofield didn't draw iron.
There's a saying called KYP, know your personnel, know your game. That's know your game personally. That's know the game, team that you're playing against. I don't know if there was some miscommunication right there by Sacred Heart, why he was so wide open, but maybe it was the scouting report that, hey, we're going to play off him, make him prove that he's a shooter.
Wholesale changes here for Marist as they will go with Collins, Roberts, and Pasquarelli. Salton, McCool, Thomas hits. Tanner Thomas has 11.
Sacred Heart's being active. They're trying to show on each ball screen. Good
Three
dish.
ball doesn't go for Roberts.
Yeah, good dish. They're going to start falling for Marist.
Whoa! Strong move by Stewart. Couldn't get it to go. He's athletic.
Oh, my gosh. He makes some plays look super easy.
Pasquarelli goes airborne and pays the price.
You often do when you average a lot of points. Pasquarelli, obviously, leading scorer with over 16 a game. You're always going to end up on the floor some one way or another.
He'll be shooting free throws after this timeout. 15:41 left in the game. Sacred Heart won at Fairfield on the 8th, 77-71. Fairfield had a notable win against Marist on that 70-foot shot earlier this year. Free throw good by Pasquarelli.
That shot was insane. Every kid dreams of it. Every kid wants it to happen. Obviously, being on the losing end is always tough. But I think Marist built off of it. Used it to motivate them, and they're playing well at the most important time.
Pasquarelli made them both. He has 10. The lead, once 13, is down to 5. Thomas tied up, rejected, and taken away by McCool.
Good defense. Tanner would probably have to look to kick that one out. He had a lot of guys on him.
When Marist had injuries, McCool, who's going to redshirt, gave it back and said, I'll come out and play a few minutes a game and help the team.
Selfless player right there.
Pasquarelli. Connor leading the break. 2-on-2. Baruch. Doesn't get the roll. A foul. And one. Niall Ralph Byer.
Sometimes you just never know. That's why you run the floor. That's why you crash the glass. That's why you run the floor. Great pass by Mackay O'Connor right there. But that's why you run the floor. You just keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Obviously, this one worked out for Sacred Heart here.
Ralph Byer with a chance for a three-point play. An 81% foul shooter. He's the best shooter overall on the team. MAC Rookie of the Week in late December.
Man can score. I got a stat from my stat guy that said he changed his shoes at halftime to match Mackay Connor's.
That is next level statistical analysis. Three ball. Doesn't go for Roberts. Marist has gone very deep here seeking solutions. They've played 12 players. What a pass from Connor to Thomas. Hemmed in. Tried to force it up there, and Daughtry rips away the rebounds.
That was a good cut, though, by Tanner. You can easily carve out a good 4 to 6 points a game just by knowing when to cut and how to cut.
Stolen. Easy one for Connor. 3-on-2. Johnson for the jam. Time visiting maxsports.com/basketball. Always a fun time down there in AC at the MAC Championships. These teams still fighting for their seeding.
Where's Marist going to go right now? Who are they going to turn to?
I would get Pasquarelli as many shots as possible.
Couldn't agree more. Great pass.
There he goes.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
Put me on the staff. Marist down by 7 here. Pasquarelli has 13. Both teams have struggled from the field, shooting about 33%. Johnson. Connor. Connor does everything with style. Johnson rejected. Goaltend.
He plays at such a pace. Like I mentioned before, typically freshmen are just sped up because they're just trying to play college basketball. But when you get a guy that can get to the paint and dump off, like you see right here, slows the defender down, keep him in jail, keep him on his hip, and then push off him, make that pass right there. Always impressive, regardless of who it is.
If Connor doesn't make it in the NBA, he could be on the Globetrotters.
Yeah. Style points.
He's entertaining.
If they counted for more, it'd be impressive.
Pasquarelli again. Manja.
He's heating up. Marist is going to keep turning to him. They're going to keep running action, staggers, pins, off-ball screens, DHOs, whatever they can do just to get the ball in his hands.
Marist has cut it to 6. Errant pass. Pulled too much mustard.
Sacred Heart dodged one right there.
They will keep it. Starting to turn it over a little bit. They have 8.
Tanner's playing well. He's doing a lot of really good things for the team. He likes the ball in that mid to short post area, so he could either hit a little bit of a fadeaway, possibly get to the basket. They're going to look to him late because he's a good scorer for the team.
Marist has done a decent job on collapsing on him, making those shots in close difficult.
Here you go. They're looking for him in that mid post area right now.
Connor. Oh, what a shot!
Another shot that I don't think the fans at home know how hard that shot is.
Going away from his strong hand. A floater with 1 on the shot clock.
Good post position.
Schofield poked away by Connor, and they called a reach-in foul.
That's the right call. Every guard never thinks they foul, but we always do.
Coach Latina, maybe he knows it.
Love the guy to death, but he's trying to plead his case. But
and Canisius, St. Peter's leading at Quinnipiac by 10.
This is the best time of the year. Like, there's no other way to put it. Every game's so important. Everyone fighting for their lives. Everyone fighting for position. It's just the best.
St. Peter's surprised everybody, went to the dance last year. John Dunn, the former St. Peter's coach, has taken them to the NCAAs. Right now, St. Peter's would not be in the MAC tournament, but they just beat Sacred Heart, and if they win at Quinnipiac, that would be a statement. Pasquarelli has got it going. He has 18.
He is heating up. Heating up. They're gonna, like I said, they're going to keep trying to find him. John Dunn knows it. They're going to keep trying to run plays for him. Sacred Heart's got to make sure they have that matchup.
Connor finds a shooter. Thomas, mid-range. Not close.
There's a whole other side to basketball, the analytics side. Hey, is that a good shot, bad shot? It's always so tough to say. When you're that wide open, I say that's a good shot.
Sacred Heart knows to get the ball to Connor, to get him into the offense.
Always looking for him.
That goes, and the foul. Niall Ralph Byer, again, he has 8.
I just try to mention analytics, good shots, bad shots in the mid-range. Maybe that wasn't the best analytical shot, but if you're a scorer, if you can make a shot like that, have at it. Catch and shoot from the mid-range is not something you typically see nowadays, but if you, like I said, if you're Niall Ralph Byer, if that's your name, then do it.
You know who makes a lot of those shots is Ace Bailey from Rutgers.
Yeah,
he can just step out, 16, 17, 18 feet and quickly let it fly. Had a nice game at Michigan last night.
He just takes what the defense gives him. If they push him out, he'll score in a turnaround. If they let him catch the ball in the block, he's going to score left hand, right hand. Some guys just are natural scorers.
Bailey probably a top 3 pick in the NBA draft. Coach Latina urging his guys on. They're up 9 here.
Great move. Wow, that was fast.
Collins Roberts missed the layup and a foul. Marist gets bailed out.
Sometimes the best offense is just an offensive rebound. Don't need to run a set. Don't need to run a set. Don't need actions. Don't need screens. Just crash the glass.
Tariq Watson was fouled.
That was incredibly fast. When you can leave a defender in the dust like Amari Stewart, you're doing something right.
Neither team close to the bonus. And it rolls home for Watson, just a 40% foul shooter. Played on a great high school team at Roselle Catholic in New Jersey. They won the Tournament of Champions title.
Jersey ball. I'm a Jersey guy. I'm always going to have pride for the Jersey hoops.
I'm with it.
Marist bench started getting into it. Fans started getting into it.
Marist traveled a decent number of fans to this game. Johnson, lefty, mini hook.
This is where Marist upperclassmen need to step up. Hey, we're down 9 right now. 10 minutes left in the game. Let's be upperclassmen. Let's lead our team. Let's pull this win out.
Bryce Johnson leading the way with 13 points for Sacred Heart. Walked, didn't call it. Pasquarelli inside to Watson. Good dish. Collins Roberts, he has 13.
I don't think they dribbled the ball one time in the last 6 passes right there. The ball moves faster than the man. So if a defender's scrambling, if the ball is moving, it's going to be very hard for Sacred Heart to keep up. That was impressive.
Stewart spinning and spinning. Thomas for 3.
This game's getting physical. People are getting bumped. It's exciting. This is good hoops.
Collins Roberts was shaken up there. Just trying to grimace and play through it. Sacred Heart 4 for 21 from downtown. Collins Roberts gets to the rim again. He has 15.
Sacred Heart has a hedge on right now for him, trying to keep him out of the lane. If they don't have a good hedge, it's really going to hurt Sacred Heart because Jay Collins Roberts is just going to get into the paint and finish.
Preseason second-team All-MAC player, looking like it tonight.
Looking for Tanner again in that mid-post area. He's got to post up harder.
Bryant. Step back 3. Not close. Rebounded by Collins Roberts. Marist can make it a 1-possession game. They were down by 13. Watson. Marist quicker to the ball right here. Roberts puts it back. Timeout, Sacred.
A story of him at my camp. I didn't see him since that camp. And then I'm out on the recruiting trail when I used to coach at Lehigh, and he was trying to get recruited. He comes up to me and remembered me before I remembered him. And I was like, wow, man, that's unbelievable memory. So, impressive young man.
Stewart. Tough shot again. Amiri Stewart wanted the foul. The seniors come up with a number of big ones.
Jumping into the body. Don't shy away from the contact. Seek the contact. They have Baruch on Pasquarelli right now. Hopefully use his length.
Schofield. Good pass. Jaden Daughtry.
See that hedge, they keep trying to run a hedge right there. They're pulling 2 defenders. They're putting 2 guys on the ball. And now if you can get that pass to the guy slipping, they're going to open up a lot of driving lanes, a lot of dump-offs.
Connor, 3-ball. Thomas puts it back.
Big play.
Tanner Thomas has 13. Preseason All-MAC, third team. Local kid, Stamford, Connecticut.
Marist keeps running this rip screen, trying to get Schofield a good touch.
Schofield, did he travel? He did.
Sacred Heart's got to start communicating this here. As you see, they're going to set a rip screen right there. I believe they say with Pasquarelli, which is just great coaching, because Baruch never wants to leave the player like Pasquarelli. So if he sets the screen, who's going to help on Schofield on the block? That's how he got so wide open. Bryce recovered well. They got to start communicating and help each other out.
Baruch has not gotten many shots. Here's Thomas, and he's held on the perimeter by Daughtry.
That mid-post area, Sacred Heart's going to have to try to get some screens to free him up, because they're really trying to take that away.
Second foul. Each team with 4 fouls in the second half.
Some flex action right here.
Stewart launches.
Each possession is going to be vital in the last 6 minutes here.
Lewis for 3.
Big rebound.
Bryce Johnson's there again, his 6th rebound. Stewart tracks it down. Johnson's really been the hot hand. Hits it, and he's fouled.
Big play. Schofield's just got to take that in the chest. Don't let him get deeper. The deeper he gets, the higher the percentage goes up. Take in the chest, wall up, push him off his spot. Impressive handles here from Bryce. Double cross. Good little move.
Oldest guy on the team, taking over when it matters. He has 15, just 1 for 4 at the line in this contest.
I saw him today. I said, man, how many degrees you got?
He's like Joey Henley.
Yeah, it just kept coming back.
I think Joey Henley was like in the doctoral program here.
Yeah. Trying to get Pasquarelli a look right here.
They got it, but it's an offensive foul on the screen against Daughtry.
That's a tough call. If he just moves his butt out a little bit, every ref is taught to call that. Good read by Pasquarelli. Baruch tried to jump it. Daughtry just supposed to just get in his way. Pasquarelli's going to do all of the work. Daughtry just needs to stay there, be big, be wide. The second you move your butt out, second you move your hips out, refs are always taught to call that.
He did make contact with Baruch. .545 left.
Good quick action.
Stewart pulling his way to the basket, rebounded by Daughtry. Pasquarelli. Marist is an unselfish team, and it's a foul on Sacred Heart as Lewis got pushed out of bounds. It's against Stewart.
Got to give Lewis credit right there. I don't know if anyone noticed, but he was down, rolled his ankle, came sprinting back in the play, drew a foul, and just tightening his shoe up like a real hooper. That's the original ankle brace. Not an ankle brace, no tape, tighter shoes.
4th foul on Stewart. He has to sit. Six fouls on Marist, 5 on Sacred Heart.
Trying to get the ball out of Pasquarelli's hands. Make someone else a playmaker.
Daughtry's 3. Rebound snatched by Tanner Thomas. He has 7. Connor gets down hole. Are you kidding me? And the foul.
What the heck was that? Allen Iverson did this a lot. You hear the whistle, you just throw the ball up and hope it goes in. I don't know if he just threw this up. I'm sure he had some feel, but the second he heard it, he's like, I'm getting it up, getting it out of my hands. If it goes in, terrific.
Offhand, behind his head. He does some amazing things. Makai Connor has 7 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. He has made a couple of impossible shots in this game. Give him 8.
Free throws are going to be huge right now for Sacred Heart. They're going to keep getting fouled. If they keep driving, the game gets lower and lower, and the time keeps ticking away. Free throws are going to be important.
Roller coaster of a game. Marist led by 7 early. Sacred Heart went on a 20-0 run. They would lead by 13 at one point. Marist cut it to 3 here in the second half, but the lead is back up to 10. Collins, Roberts, no. Schofield, yes.
Good play right there. Get in the paint. Still good stuff will happen.
Thomas finds an open man. It's Johnson. His 3 is good.
Big shot. Struggling from the line. Hits his 3s. As my old teammate Kenny LaRose would say, they're worth more behind the line.
18 points for Bryce Johnson, a season high. 6 shy of his career high. Schofield finds a shooter. Collins Roberts misses.
Sacred Heart's doing a really good job right now. They're really packing the paint defensively. Something that I think Houston said, Kelvin Sampson, the MIP, most important player, is that guy in the paint. He's the one talking to everybody. He's getting out, closing out on shooters. Sacred Heart's doing a good job defensively.
Connor takes his time. Four on the shot clock. Johnson again. Missed the jam, but there's a foul. And Bryce Johnson is going back to the line.
Coming out, hitting 3s, catching short rolls. He's doing everything they need. Defensively as well. Gambled a couple times. And the coach in me wants to tell him not to do that. Other than that, he's getting good, big defensive rebounds.
This will be the most minutes that he's played all year. Closing in on 34 minutes. Only played 12 in the last game, so he's got to be gassed. Knocks down the first free throw, 19 points. Give him 20.
The teams are going to play a little bit different here. Marist is going to not try to take the whole 30 seconds, trying to because they only got 3 minutes left, so they're going to try to score quickly. Sacred Heart's going to try to put the pressure on, make them force some type of plays.
Backdoor to Roberts, and they have missed, I'll say, 7 layups in this game.
And vice versa. Sacred Heart typically plays very fast. They're going to try to run all the clock down as low as possible. They're going to try to shoot below, probably 7 on each possession.
Marist has only been held below 60 3 times this year. Right now, 49 points with 3 minutes to go. Pioneers have matched their largest lead. Thomas, Rainbow, well off, and Roberts with the rebounds.
Took time off the clock. Marist is going to have to look to go here, try to get the ball in Pasquarelli's hands.
Collins Roberts has a bigger player on him. Roberts, no. This has not been Marist night. 2 players collide, and they will call time as Daughtry is shaken up. He ran into Thomas.
Selfish play by both of them. I think they both weren't even trying to get the ball. I think they both tried to just tap it to their teammates. Basketball is physical. That woke me up when I first got my first college basketball game. I was not ready. Had to hit the weight room. I think that Sacred Heart does a really good job with their weight room. So I bulked up a little bit, put 25 pounds on in about a year, and it changed my game. Other than that, you're going to get hit, you're going to get bumped, you're going to fall hard. And I think that's what we just saw right there on that play.
I need you as my personal trainer.
No, wasn't me. It was everyone else. Everyone just told me. I just followed the rules.
This will be a big one for Anthony Latina and Sacred Heart, trying to win their 13th game of the year and their 9th game in league play. They had a nice win against Merrimack 2 games ago by 1 point. Could be a factor in the league tournament. And Johnson is fouled on a reach-in.
We're at the point right now where Marist is going to have to try to do something. Are they going to try to trap every single pass all 94 feet? When the ball crosses half court, we're going to try to just steal everything, or we're going to start fouling. Something's going to happen.
Couple issues for Marist tonight. They've only shot 36% from the field, 32% from three, and 63% from the line. They've turned it over 14 times as Johnson has his number. He has 21 right now. And they will look at Daughtry, who seemed like he had some whiplash in that collision with Thomas. And I think just holistically, like 30,000-foot view, I'm not sure that the right guys for Marist were taking all the shots.
Totally, and I think to start the game, Pasquarelli started pretty slow. He wasn't really touching the ball much. They weren't getting him involved. I think toward the later of the game, when Marist started making their comeback, he started making plays, and that just opens up the game for the rest of the guys. Obviously, he's the key guy, he's the main guy, but that's going to start opening up plays for everybody. Schofield, Watson, Daughtry, Lewis, whoever it may be, it's just going to open the rest of the game up.
22 for Bryce Johnson, 2 shy of his career high. What a performance it has been. Anquan Hill, who averaged almost 13 points and over 5 rebounds, out with the back injury. Johnson stepped in for him. Fox has got to go quicker. Macri, 3 ball, good.
Big shot. Now, what's Marist going to do here? Are they going to try to trap? Are they just going to play it straight up? They're going to foul.
Connor. Thomas way too quick. Nails it anyway.
I was going to say the exact same thing, but if it goes in, it goes in.
Sacred Heart running away. They've matched their largest lead, 67-52. And if they could finish the home season with a win against Fairfield on Sunday, people will be feeling real good around here.
Good shot.
Runner goes, and that is Martin Kawa, his first basket of the game.
Seems like Marist is just going to let it go.
Yeah, that's too far gone at this point with 1:10 left. Down 67-54. From here, Marist will host St. Peter's Sunday. They'll host Merrimack and then go to Mount St. Mary's. Not a super easy schedule. Mentioned the home game against Fairfield here at the Pit. Sunday, Connor. Nope. Thomas. New 20. Just kick it out. And a timeout called by Anthony Latina. Sacred Heart's upcoming schedule. Home on Sunday, and then...
Yeah. A lot of really good coaches in this league. A lot of really good teams, well prepared going into every matchup.
Baruch to inbound. 18 on the shot clock. Sacred Heart can take the air out of the ball here. Stewart. Macri turned it over, their 15th.
It's every player's favorite 30 seconds right here. Just dribble it out, know that a win's coming.
Sacred Heart was +6 in the turnover column. Marist was -12 in the paint. Sacred Heart 11-2 advantage on the fast break. That was one thing that worried John Dunn. The pace of the game.
One thing to note, I was hoping that Marist was going to start attacking the basket a little bit more, draw a little bit more fouls. You got to give Sacred Heart credit for getting to the line a little bit more.
A tremendous defensive performance by Sacred Heart, and Bryce